Okay, so delay test. This is Circlu. I can never. Is it Sergey? I don't know. I don't know how to say the name. You look pretty badass in that profile picture though. And while it's like a long photo, I like the byproduct of having the white sides on there. It's pretty cool. Sir Likelu. I like it, man. Maybe I'll change mine to that. Right now it's the DiNusty, but you don't need to know that I'm DiNusty. Maybe I'll take a picture like that. How about that? All right. Sorry, tangents. So this portfolio, environment artist looking for work. I've seen you post this in the in Discord. Oh man, TIE Fighter 2. What is going on? Come on, Artstation. So this looks pretty cool. It's interesting because the shapes and little extra details you're adding are pretty interesting. We'll look at this one. I really like. So first I'll point out all the stuff that I really like. I like that you're trying to ground it, like in what it's connected to. Yeah, what's Chris? What's up, Chris? What's Chris? It's a Radsby. I like that there's these connections, trying to attach it to whatever it's focusing on, or it's connected to. And having this piece here for just breaking up the monotony of the shapes is pretty cool. Wire stuff is really cool. I like that you get some areas where it dips down and little brackets to help explain how it's connected. These details, while I'm not sure what they are really interesting just because you don't really see that. Marvel. Yeah, so like I was saying, I really like these details that we're pointing out. Some of the stuff that I'm not really too keen on are like these details, mainly because they don't look like they serve too much of a purpose. Like I would actually expect these type of brackets to be maybe going more along this direction to keep the blocks in place. And if you want to get real secure and you want like good silhouette breaking, then maybe you're doing a bracket that's shaped like this, and it has the bolts here and the bolts here. And maybe it's like maybe it's longer, maybe it's down like that much. The only other thing I think that kind of like throws me off is the basics of the shapes, right? So everything is really blocky for how I guess sci-fi. Is it sci-fi? It's more of a cyberpunk. I mean, this is more in line. I think on its own it feels strange to me. But I think when you have like a whole hallway and you've got those and you've got the rest of the scene with the other materials in play, it probably will work out fine. I would be really careful about adding detail normals into this surface because what it looks like it's trying to be is metal. Like this is all metal, and then this is all stonework stuff. And then you got like rubber cable materials, metal brackets, metal like bolted on pieces. This looks like rubber, maybe rubber tubing. And for cyberpunk, it's missing a lot of emissives. Oh man, I think I need to shrink the text of chat so that I can read the full messages. Starflare is going full on with words. Why can't I? There we go. I'm like, why can't I scale anything? But in general, it looks pretty cool. These details here, you could probably save those for a detail normal. Oh no, you're not spamming. Don't worry about it. I just won't be able to read it probably. Looks like it's for action though, so that's okay. Yeah, think about some emissives where there can be little panels and lights, and maybe, I mean, if you look at like this as a single asset for a scene, it's probably better that you don't have the little, like, it's good that you have the wires here and stuff, because then you can like you can build a prop that's like a little panel with buttons and stuff on it, right? Do on off switch with a wire that goes right or left or up and then up and right or left, that you can use these little brackets to terminate the prop into. So like when you're building your scene, you just place those in there and you can strategically place them instead of them just being on every pillar. So we got a corridor scene. This screenshot alone, it makes me uncomfortable. Like it nails that uncomfortableness of like I'm expecting to be going through a hallway in like what was that game? I'm using Epic Pen. Man, what was that game? Like even like the new Silent Hill. Or the game that got canceled. That was just one hallway. It was a Silent Hill. So what's weird about this is it's cropping at a really strange spot. I'm expecting maybe like, let's see here. I'm expecting maybe like that much more image. You know what I mean? Let's do this. So I'm expecting like, just gonna grab this color. So you have an edge here. I'm expecting this to go out like that so I can see more of the ground. And maybe you would have a prop sticking out like a table or something, like a side table. The other thing I guess is it's really dark. Like look at the histogram. It's really dark. Like I think the brightest thing obviously is the lamp, right? I think doing something like that, sir. Dude, what's really impressive is even for how dark this is, you did a really good job of not losing information. All the pixels have data. It's just kind of a matter of like it's really squished in there. So maybe something more like that. I'm like, why isn't this? Oh, right. So you just want to see a little bit more of the image and maybe like scaling the grain down just a little bit, but it's really creepy. Like I'm still expecting to see a face that I'm not seeing right now. So it's nailed that feel. You've got that feel down. These materials are super ace. Like that looks fucking cool. This wood feels a little worn, a little too warpy, maybe around here. The edges maybe a little too dinged up, but I don't know. The overall image doesn't really give me that feel. So as a one-off material, it's kind of a little warpy, but in the overall image, it's fine. This wallpaper stuff is really fucking cool. I think combining this with regular wallpaper, it looks like you probably have, and then your vertex painting maybe where this occurs. The best thing I would suggest for materials like this is to build a modular. It was inspired by Resident Evil 7. Dude, awesome. Yeah, you're nailing it. Build a modular. It doesn't have. Yes, Gregor, it is PT. That's what I was thinking of. Thanks, dude. So it doesn't have to be modular in the sense that it snaps together, but that it fits the texture. If you could build like a mesh of little paint pieces that are peeling off the wall, like spend maybe like, I don't know, 500 maybe 250 polys of just paint peeling or wallpaper peeling off and like hanging bits and stuff, and then you just place that on the walls wherever it feels like it needs to be, because it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly where the wallpaper is either. That would do huge effects on these walls. So you imagine seeing those little pieces on the walls and stuff. Oh man, it gets me excited. Oh, this shot's cool too. It's very monochrome, but it's cool. Where it's breaking down right now is up here. It kind of feels like a block out of how it breaks. Like if you're gonna go for a hole in the ceiling, I would literally just take this piece here and just like model out all the pieces of wood and like where they snapped and just fully commit to it. Because if you're gonna put a hole in the ceiling, it gets expensive. That's just how it is. If it's gonna look good, right? And then I do like the ones that you have dropping through. But just commit to this edge being more than just like a low poly edge. I bet Ben Wilson's liking this stuff. Quilly Willy. He was super into PT. He was so into it that Ben, did you bring it to work? And then we sat down and we played through it just so that I could experience it because I wasn't too down with the scary. I'm not down with the scary, man. I can't handle it. Yeah, you can do a ton, Axel, dude, for sure. You can do so much with so few props. So this shot is pretty cool. I'd be really careful about the chromatic action going on over here. It's really strong right now. I'd probably half that. And the amount of props in here is pretty low, but man, that is crazy. You somehow were able to make boxes that look really low poly look awesome. I guess it's this detail on the corners, and then there's a little bit of a bevel, so you're getting light kind of casting on the edges. I'm curious how these open. I guess there's those latches come undone and then it opens up. As far as the floor paneling goes, it's cool that they're modeled out, but I would probably build a set where it's like, because right now this looks this stuff looks like you're being wasteful, whereas like if you were to build a set where it's 3x3 or a 4x4 and then individual pieces for where you need to place something unique. Because right now it actually doesn't even look like you're utilizing all of the... Oh, I guess it's on the ceiling too. The only other thing I would say is the ladder feels super wide. It's really strange feeling. And the diameter of the beams themselves are really wide. Or the diameter's huge. It probably needs to be about half that. And then the width of the steps needs to be narrower. And adding even just like a little bit of... a little bit of tape here, that's maybe like a different roughness value, that would wonders, man. That would work wonders. Maybe what is it, maybe some colored paint, like a yellow paint down here to know that this is the bottom. That would be nice too. It's pretty cool though. I like how you've broke down the shot to show like how it's put together. The sleeping bag is really flat. I would suggest learning Marvelous Designer. There's a lot of tutorials online now. A little expensive, but a lot of studios that deal with tarps, plastics, fabrics, and stuff like that are running simulations, fabric simulations or cloth sims. You can also use Maya's cloth sim stuff. It's pretty good now. I mean, Modo, I even use Modo for simulating fabric and cloth stuff now. So there's an option out there. But you're going to get really nice sleeping bags with Marvelous. Oh, we missed this one. Man, I love how you're using so few props, but like capturing a mood. Oh, I know this area. So this bathroom in Silent Hill is terrifying. It doesn't feel claustrophobic enough, I guess. And you're not getting very much bounce lighting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would look at the direction at which this light is coming through. Because right now it looks like it's right now it's going this direction and you're getting shadows here. But maybe if you went this way and you got shadows going, you got shadows going like this, you might be able to actually, maybe if it was more over here, hang on. If it was here, you could get shadows under this, which will really show off the shapes that are happening here. Because right now you don't see anything over here. And then if the lights are going this way, you start getting shadows that are going like this. And then you even might get lucky and get some of the shadows and light to go up the wall. The big benefit to this angle, though, in the end, oh man, in the end, the big benefit to this angle is you could get bounce light starting to hit this wall a little bit. This dripping stuff is a little dark and is very uniform. Maybe if it was lower, maybe down here, and kind of, don't be afraid to stretch stuff like that as long as it's not like front and center in the shot. Let's see. Yeah, in this one, you're actually losing a lot of information. So if we fill this layer with red, put it behind the image, double click on the image. I show this on almost every stream. And then in the blend if range here, for this layer, clip out the bottom of the black range. And I guess you could do the white range if you're trying to see if you're blowing out in the white. You can end up seeing basically where you have no information. So basically where you're seeing this red, there's no color. It's just black. So you're missing out on any type of information. The other good way to test it is, let's see here. If you just Control L and then try and raise the brightness, you see you never really get info in there. Like, dude, look at how much color is in this image. So like you actually, like, this looks really cool because now you get this this kind of blowout. It's really bright, but it's interesting. And you end up seeing more of the image, and now I really expect there to be something here value-wise. But yeah, it's just too dark. I mean, the other thing that could be it is if you go into your albedo only view, I bet the material for this is just too dark for PBR. Same with the dripping grime stuff. What's up, Lipe? How you doing? You have to be careful how excited you get. That's awesome. Don't get too excited. Oh my god, it's 8:24? Shit. Well, even though I have not said it, the critiques on the Discord are closed. I need to lock those down. Oh my god, there's a ton of them. Oh, that's not too bad. Let me fix this really fast here. Okay, we're gonna blast those. This is pretty cool. I really like this. There's storytelling going on. You've got your you've got stuff flying around. You got that. I don't know what those are, but there's stuff happening. There's stuff happening, and this material is really cool for the asteroids. Nice. It's nice. I like it. Oh, I'm doing good, man. It's my birthday today. I'm just gonna keep saying it. I'm 32. I woke up this morning, and the reason I found out it was my birthday is because I went to check the weather. Oh man, how bad? How bad is that? Test mega scans the first time. So this to me, this is a good way to test Megascans, because what I end up seeing. Thanks, guys. Birthday. What I end up seeing when people are building scenes with Megascans is they just are like, check it out, and it's just propped Megascan, or it's just a material on the ground displaced. Thanks, Gregor. The fact that you're building a scene and trying to tell a story while just using the stuff is awesome. So well done. Using Arnold too. Cool. This guy here, he's stoked. Look at him. So stoked. Yeah, it's cool. The grass is a little like, it's got a little too, it's too much this, if that makes sense. Like it's too, I don't know, it's got the 1990s like spiky hair action going on. Just got to add a little bit more bend into it, I guess. Pretty cool though, that just seeing the consistency in colors and stuff. The grass feels a little cloudy maybe. Oh snap. What's this? Oh, this one's cool. Whoa, this is interesting. Resident Evil 7 inspired game environment. It's just, yeah, I guess it's still really dark. Whoops, hang on here. Where are we at? See, I like when you can see stuff a little bit more. So it hints at the darkness. It hints at information that's in the dark. And then it's probably a little, there you go, a little too saturated maybe. I like doing this. Just feels good. Bloom. I like bloom. This is cool. Corrupt. So the only thing I would say with this image is this corrupt needs to be, like that period needs to be maybe right here. It's just really close to the edge there. Am I like, I get the itches. There's a gap here and a gap here. They're really close together, and it's like really like weighted on one side. Other than that, it's pretty cool. And this looks cool. This Matthew O'Halloran needs to see this. Anywho, super cool. Super cool. I think work on your lighting, scale of stuff. Just get all that locked down. Be careful with how dark stuff gets, and I think you're on your way. I've not looked at this one yet. I just realized that. That's cool. It feels really low poly, like even just beveling all the edges just to get some light to wrap around them, just even ever so slightly will be good. And then maybe like some type of light on this ship to just get it to pop out from the rest of the scene, and you're good. But I think once you work on your lighting, so your images aren't so dark, and double check your scale on stuff, prop your scenes just a little bit more, and I think you can get a junior position. You're like you're very close, because you're looking at all the right things, and it's just some tuning, some tunage. Anyways, all right. Gonna switch over. I'm gonna drink some water, and then we're gonna look at the Discord critiques. We got 30 minutes. I'm gonna blast through that stuff. All right, be right back.